What's up, guys? Welcome back to Supreme Micah. So in this upload, what I want to talk about overall is push-pull exercises. One of the main reasons why I wanted to bring this up is because I believe it is very beneficial to you overall in your fitness routine to have these type of exercises within that plan. You want these exercises in your own fitness plan because throughout the week what will happen is this will allow you to avoid injury. It'll also allow you to save time as well. So time and also preventing injuries, because overtraining can definitely be linked to solely focusing on one single muscle throughout the actual week. So rather than going to the gym a specific day of the week and let's say work out on your chest, what you can actually do is perform specific type of push exercises that allows you to be able to target multiple muscle groups. We're going to get into this a little bit more, but I just wanted to explain overall the type of topics and things that we're going to be speaking about. So you may be wondering, well, if I do perform push exercises, what muscles will be impacted during push exercises? So most common muscles, likely your chest, your shoulders, arms overall, which pretty much includes your triceps and biceps. Okay, so one common and well-known push exercise would be that of the bench press, right? A flat bench press. So during this process, the muscles that you're obviously going to work out is your chest, okay? But beyond that, also your shoulders and then your triceps as well. These are very effective to be able to target specific muscles such as those. So given that you have your very own fitness plan, you can capitalize on this information, knowing that a push exercise such as the bench press, okay, that can actually target, well, not only your actual chest, but also your delts and then also your triceps, right? So one simple technique during this entire process of a bench press can actually be taken advantage of. So, and this is all in your grip. So in regards to the grip of where your hands are, if you're doing a bench press, for an example, what you can do is do a closer grip on the barbell. It'll target your delts and also your triceps. More specifically, your triceps in this process will be targeted more effectively, way more than if, let's say, you were doing a wider grip. And you can actually feel it. You will probably need to do a few repetitions. I recommend that if you do end up doing a closer grip, put on lighter weight if you are performing a bench press where the grip on the barbell with your hands is closer. That way it's easier for you to be able to push the barbell. Doing this is extremely great. One reasoning behind that is because you don't have to actually solely focus on isolated workouts or isolated exercises. So what you can do is incorporate a lot of these push exercises and change them a little bit, such as performing a bench press where your hands are at closer grip. That way it can target those actual muscles more effectively, such as the tricep. Okay, so I've already explained slightly in the beginning of the video how being able to focus on push-pull exercises, which actually focuses on multiple muscle groups, working those entire different muscle groups within one particular exercise, or multiple, for an example, okay? So I'm going to get into that a little bit further towards the end of the video, but right now what I want to do is focus on something else. So let's talk about compound exercises. I've spoken about this in one of my previous videos and I brought this topic up. Now, in regards to this topic, compound exercises, which are different from isolation exercises, they tend to work a lot of muscle over your entire body. The squat, for an example. The squat is a perfect example of a compound exercise because it's working multiple lower body muscles. Now, getting into this topic, what I really want you to understand is how similar this is in regards to compound exercises. What I'm doing is really taking a different perspective so that you can be able to understand it slightly different in regards to push-pull exercises and then compound exercises. But overall, it does include that practice, that practical knowledge and topic of compound exercise. One more example of a exercise that is push that can actually work multiple muscle groups is that of the overhead press. So in regards to this exercise, it obviously is going to be done to be able to work out your delts, but it also will help with your upper back as well, and also your triceps. Before I move over to pull exercises, I really wanted to actually pay attention to muscle contractions. The reasoning behind that is because the reasoning of why it's a push and pull exercise is based off of your muscle contractions, being that when you actually push or pull, the muscles react differently. So in regards to the movement, if you're performing a push exercise, your muscles will actually contract as you're pushing away. So if you compare that to a actual pull exercise, it's vice versa. So you really want to pay attention to this. You really want to understand how the muscles are moving together. And I'm going to actually touch base on this as we get closer to the end of this video. Now, when you compare a push exercise and then a pull exercise, the pull exercise contract your muscles when the weight is actually being pulled away, which makes perfect sense. Reasoning why I brought this topic up in this latest video of mine is because I feel as if people who go to the gym and they work out, they're likely overtraining, and I don't judge, and remember, no one's perfect. But overtraining can be a real issue. It can cause injury, extreme fatigue. So what you want to do is, one, take rest days. That's something that I've preached about, and I've also made material and content regarding that. So I encourage you to check out my playlist. Also, if you like this video, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment as well. I'd love to hear your opinions, okay? And subscribe. Thank you. So pay attention to how frequently you are actually working out, especially throughout the week. If you are solely focused on one particular muscle, such as the bicep, and I'll take the bicep as an example because it's actually overtrained very frequently among people. And the reasoning why that is because, one, sometimes they do excessive weight. You don't want to do too much heavy of weight when you're training your actual biceps. It's okay to keep it at a medium level. The reasoning behind that is because the shorter muscles within your body are actually fatigued the fastest. So this goes hand in hand to a lot of what I've been talking about. So if your biceps, which are trained effectively at a medium or average weight, if they're fatigued easily because it's a shorter muscle, but you don't give the practical amount of rest in training those biceps, and that then leads to you seeing no progress. So you really want to make sure that you can include exercises that can also incorporate your bicep. That way, throughout the week, you're not solely focused on one day, well, I'm going to work out on my arms, I'm going to work out on my biceps and triceps, and that's all I'm going to do for that day. It leads to overtraining. Another great way to think about it too is when you're performing compound exercises such as the deadlift, or let's say the squat or the chest press, okay? When you're performing these compound exercises, it's not only just working your actual chest, it's not only actually working your glutes or your lower back or upper back, it's effectively targeting other muscles. Now, given the specific type of exercise, there could be specific ones that actually target groups a lot differently, and you can take a comparison back to what I mentioned in regards to a wide or close grip in regards to your hands around the barbell when you're doing a bench press. So what's happening is you're working your delts and your triceps, as I mentioned before. When you're working out with those muscle groups and then you solely focus on other actual exercises that can target those same muscles, then you're building up to something that is remarkable. Now, I'm not saying you can't do isolation exercises. You should definitely do isolation exercises. I think they're great. What I'm saying is what's happening is you're not solely focused on isolation because of the actual disadvantages that can happen to you, okay? So this is something that you really want to think about. Take the time. Make sure that you're being patient. What you want to do is not only perform compound exercises, but also include isolation exercises. I'm not saying to completely eliminate isolation exercises. What you really want to do is include those, but keep it at a limitation, especially if you've noticed throughout the week in your own routine that you're actually targeting these same muscle groups. That way you can prevent overtraining and giving yourself applicable rest as well. That way you can allow your hormones, in this case GH, the growth hormone, to productively grow your muscle, of course, by the means of hypertrophy. Guys, I also have a fitness video for you, so check this out. Guys, I mentioned this earlier in the video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment, and I'll love to respond and speak with you. Also, make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.